Hi there, this is Tim Reid, real estate agent in the Calgary area, and today we're going to talk about the cost of living in the city of Calgary, province of Alberta for 2022. Looking forward to giving you all the costs and benefits of knowing what you're up against here for food, entertainment, everything else you need to know about moving to Calgary. So first and foremost, Calgary is one of the most affordable cities in the province of Alberta and the country of Canada, our lovely land that we live in. Number one reason for that is because we have 5% GST and no provincial sales tax, also very low corporate taxes as well. So one of the first things we're going to talk about is the cost of food and utilities. So the average family spends about $168 a week on food here in Calgary, and your utility bills in the winter are going to range for a single family dwelling anywhere from about $250 to $350 a month in the cold months. Now in the summer that's going to be a lot less. Even if you're using the AC and running the AC, we have very low utility costs compared to other areas like Ontario and BC because they have more expensive electrical systems there by a large margin. Of course, everybody needs internet these days. We have two major providers here in the city of Calgary, and that's going to range from $50 to $100 and just a little bit over $100 to $150 for ultra-fast internet, getting fiber or getting high-speed copper connection from the cable provider here locally. Next is transportation. Transportation costs here in Calgary for our public transport system, that's the C-Train, all the bus routes, is $103 a month at the time of this recording. And one thing you got to consider about driving, especially moving to the downtown core, is there's not a lot of parking in Calgary. So supply and demand means we have one of the highest downtown parking rates of all the cities in Canada. So that's one of the more expensive things that you're going to be up against if you drive to work. And if you're going to book a monthly stall, if you drive downtown and park, it's between the $500 to $600 range, which is to a degree similar to some other large cities in Canada. Definitely not the highest, but not the cheapest, because parking is at a premium. So one of the key questions everybody wants to know when they move to Calgary, because they may not be buying a house right away, is what's the rental rates? If I'm going to get an apartment, a basement suite, rent a whole house, I have a big family, what's that going to cost me? So the average at the time of this recording for a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment in Calgary averages out $1,800 a month across the whole city. Now there are definitely lower, definitely higher, depending if it's an older building and what area of town you're in. A basement suite could be a little bit cheaper as a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment, but that's your average $1,800 a month. Now, if you're looking at a single-family home, that average is going to range, and rental rates are rising right now at the end of 2022. Single-family home is going to be on average between $2,500 a month all the way up to $3,500 a month for a whole house. Now, that may seem like a little bit, but when you compare that to our other big cities, Vancouver, Toronto, that is less than half of what those single-family homes would cost to rent in those areas. The next key question everybody wants to know from us as realtors, of course, is that what's the average price of a single-family home in Calgary? And right now, at the time of this recording, it's $572,000 in the Calgary area for a detached single-family home. Now, when you consider that average price of the single-family home, $572,000 here in Calgary, again, the third large city that you have a pick from in Canada. When you look at Vancouver, at the time of this recording, right now in December 2022, that average home price in Vancouver, $1.13 million. Wow, that's a lot compared to Calgary, way less than half, even though prices have gone up here in Calgary. And right now in Toronto, one of the first times in a long time, average price of a single-family detached home, $933,000 in Toronto right now. Again, Calgary, much cheaper. People are moving here because of that reason. So when it comes to family fitness and rec centers and facilities in Calgary, what do those cost? So our city-owned facilities, we're talking about gyms, soccer facilities, basketball courts, and a place to teach classes and community centers. You're going to be able to drop into those locations for $6 to $8 per visit. Very low cost, very affordable for the family, and for monthly passes where there's some facilities in Calgary that have annual memberships, some of the community centers and things of this nature, you're going to be looking at $100 to about $120 per year. So very affordable to get annual passes for those items. And our gym memberships here, of course, a range of gyms membership. They're really high end, to your sort of normal Gold's Gym, World Health Club, things like this. Those monthly memberships range from about $50 up to $150, depending on their high-end nature and the amenities and other classes they provide. That's your fitness category. And of course, for families that have children, people want to know, what does the childcare cost in the region and what do the schools cost? So we do have some of the most prestigious private schools in Calgary, Weber Academy being one of them. Of course, private school is going to range anywhere from $25,000 up to $50,000 a year per child for private school. Our public system in Alberta is free for parents, and we have both public and Catholic schools in almost every community in Calgary. And when it comes to childcare, full-time care in a private facility usually will run full-time anywhere from $1,000 a month to $1,400 a month per child. That's for full-time on a monthly basis. That's your cost of childcare. So as you can see, looking at the prices of things, cost of living in Calgary, it's one of the most affordable places to live in the country. And if you want to know more about that, have any questions, if you're thinking about moving to Calgary, relocating here, my name's Tim Reid, Realtor in the Calgary region. And if you want to get hold of me and ask any questions you want, we're always happy to help. Give me a call, shoot me a text, drop me an email. Look forward to speaking to you soon.